fun hunting I do.
Alright, good morning, y'all. It is May the 2nd, and we are cruising down the road to our other lease. We ain't had nothing going on in our other spot, so, which is crazy. They're usually always there, but I guess it's just part of timing sometimes. So we're headed down to our other place that we leased this year, and landowner was gracious enough to step outside and listen some last night, and he heard him yodeling down here, and it seems like they're on the west side of his place, he says. So I haven't hunted that side of the farm a whole lot, so I'm not super familiar with it, so it's going to be kind of interesting in the dark figuring out what to do. But he don't know which side of the tree line they're on, and there's a big field that kind of separates the two tree lines. So the only thing to me that looks, I guess, why we should stay on the left side when we're walking down, is that there's another big cut cornfield there below me, below that side. And then the other side, if I sat on the other side, there's not as many trees, there's steep drop off there. And then if they are even if they are across the river, they'll still pitch to that field, I hope. So I don't know, I want to sit on the other side where he thought the turkeys were, but he was listening from a long way away, so he didn't know exactly if they were there in the other spot. So we're just going to kind of go, and I'm going my gut sitting on that other side of the field. I could be stupid for doing that, but there's just not a lot of trees on the other side where he thinks they are. So I guess we're going to take the gamble and see what happens this morning. Hopefully they'll gobble when it's dark real good, and we can still slip around and get close. The Miriams are usually good about doing that, so maybe they'll help us out and do that a little bit. So got my partner here, he's ready to go, and we got about another 12 minutes on the drive and we'll be there. So let's get after it, y'all. We got 54 miles till empty on the truck, so we're running on a thin line.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 40 days.
Well, I apologize we didn't get that on video, but should have got it on the shot cam, which I need to turn that off and make sure it's actually running. Yep. Should have got it. But check our beautiful Miriam's gobbler out. Just a freaking brute. Whew. That was a fun hunt right there. I'm gonna set my stuff right here because I'm gonna sit here for about 5 minutes and enjoy him before we go to Montana. Because I thought this was, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I thought this place was just gonna be a slam dunk, and I ain't gonna lie to you, it put a little bit of a whooping on us. We had really bad weather yesterday, heard no turkeys on the property, and last night came to Roost and it was still overcast and super windy, heard nothing. And we have another farm about 25 miles down the road, and that guy said, well, I hear them right on the neighbors. Well, went there this morning and it was some of the most unbelievable turkey hunting I've ever had. There was 7 gobblers and 8 jakes with about 12 hens on the limb up there. And it was unreal, which y'all will get to see some of that. Well, we botched that hunt up a little bit. I tried to get a little too aggressive. The birds, some of the gobblers finally flew across the river, the subordinate gobblers. There was 4 big dominant gobblers, and then there was 2 subordinate ones. They flew across the river to me. And, well, not to me calling, they just flew across the river. And when they did, we weren't in a good spot. We had to make a quick move, and I just got too aggressive and bumped them. And then the other gobblers were still there that were down on the neighbor's property, but they never came on our side. So told Ann, I was like, well, we got to go to Montana, so let's go, let's pack up. And I said, you know, if you're okay with it, because we got muddy and nasty this morning out there, I said, while you're washing the clothes and taking a shower and, you know, whatever you need to do, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go down here back to the bottom, because we're at George's house here. I said, I'm gonna go back to the bottom and just see if there's anything there. Well, I'm walking down and there's a hen in the field, and I hear them gobble, and I look up and I don't know how I saw them. I was way over like 800 yards from them. I could see them strutting down there with my naked eye. And they were also on the neighbors, but there was 4 longbeards over there, and I was messing with them. I ease forward. I spooked 2 hens from down here. I'm like, man, there ain't no turkey down here? I can't believe that crap, you know, as far as like where we can hunt. And I'm easing, and I get to this down log, which I'll show y'all, since I got to do all this afterwards because I ain't have my videographer with me. But it'd been really hard with 2 people getting that on video. That was an interesting deal. It would have been sick to get it on video, but I'm sure the shot cam got it. So, all right. So, shot was 43 yards, and I probably could have let him just keep moving, but man, after our last day and a half, I was not about to let him get away. I could tell you that. So, this was the setup. So, I was sitting actually when he gobbled first. I was sitting right here, because the other turkeys were over there on the neighbors across the river. So I was watching them. And all of a sudden I called. Well, no, I didn't even call. And he gobbled. And y'all, it was like right here behind me. So I crouched down and peeked through here. And I didn't see him. I was like, man, well, okay. I mean, he's got to be close. So I eased up to right here. And right when I eased up, I saw him come through this gap right here between these 2 trees. He walked between that gap and got up there. As soon as he did that, I hit the ground again. And I got right here. And I checked him, called. And he gobbled for the first time at me calling. And he was over, there's a road bed right here, and he was over it on the other side. So I snuck around. You know, I crawled. I didn't stand this high. I crawled around and then just got right here on the bump of this thing. And I was sitting like this. And I no sooner sat down, and I guess he could hear me moving in here on the leaves and stuff, and he gobbled, and he was right behind this cottonwood right here. And so I'm hoping where I'm lining up is the same place. But anyway, he gobbled at me, yelping on the mouth call a little bit, but he wasn't really gobbling at that much. So I got the trumpet out, and y'all, as soon as I blew on the trumpet, I just went, wheat, wheat, and he hammered And soon as I called again, hammered, and I was putting the call down, y'all, and he comes waddling up here. He comes up next to the cottonwood. He's looking. He comes down the road, down the road, down the road, down the road, and he gets right here. And I had ranged that cottonwood, the crooked one, at 80. So I was like, God, that looks way closer than 80. But I guess that's what it is. So I thought this tree, I didn't have time to do it, but this little tree here, I thought it was 40 probably. And so he was standing on the road just right above it. So I guessed him right at like 41, 40, something like that. And he stood there, as y'all saw on the shot cam, he stood there for a little while and kind of did his thing. And it's so open in here. I mean, y'all can see how open it is. He wasn't starting to get nervous. I ain't gonna sit here and say he was starting to get nervous, but he was looking, and he really, I thought he was just going to give up on it and just come and start walking right to me, but he never did. He just stood up there for about 3 minutes. So I was really solid on him. I felt good about it, and I touched her off, and down he went. So, and before I left, my sight was off. I shot a bird in Tennessee, which y'all see that hunt, and I missed the first turkey I shot at, and I shot over him. And I hit the one running, leaving, thankfully. And I just didn't feel right about it. Like I know the turkey gobbled right when I shot, but I've shot turkeys gobbling before, and it ain't really messed up my pattern like that. And so I was like, man, I feel like something's wrong. So went to the range the other day, and I was shooting a foot high at 35 yards. So got the adjustments made after 3 expensive TSS shells, got the adjustments made, and I moved it into 25, and at 25 I was almost cutting the thing's head off with this tungsten. I'm shooting the small town blend, and it shoots the best out of my setup with my some toy choke and just my gun. It shoots really good. So I was confident, but in the same vein, you always wonder, like, okay, well, once your sight gets knocked off, it just flew all the way here, and sight was fine when we got here, but you know how it is. You just get nervous and stuff after that happens. So anyway, it was a little touch of doubt in my mind, so I pulled it a little low on him, but it hammered him. It absolutely hammered him, and he went on pretty quickly, thankfully, but I'm super grateful for this old boy here. That was a fun hunt. He surprised me. That was what was so fun, is he just surprised me, come out of nowhere behind me. So I'm gonna sit down for a minute, relax. We've been going all morning. We're gonna trek it on back to the house and head on to Montana here in probably an hour or so.